a former University Park tennis instructor, was found guilty Thursday of molesting a tennis player he coached when she was a teenager. A Dallas County jury convicted Stoyan Anastassov, 43, of 2 counts of indecency with a child. Jurors were scheduled to hear testimony Thursday afternoon before Anastassov's sentencing. University Park police arrested Anastassov in 2015 after the victim came forward with allegations that he molested her at her home in 2011. When she was 13, Anastassov taught private tennis lessons and had stints coaching at the Say Tennis Center of Highland Park ISD and the Episcopal School of Dallas. He also coached children and adults in Colleyville. Prosecutors said the victim came forward after she learned Anastassov was hired to coach tennis at Greenhill School in Addison, where she attended. She had kept the abuse a secret for years, including after Anastassov stopped coaching her in 2013, but didn't want other students to become victims, prosecutors said. When she learned he could pass a background check and coach other kids, she had to say something, lead prosecutor Brandy Wade told jurors in closing arguments. 2 additional women Anastassov coached as teens testified that he subjected them to a cycle of sexual and verbal abuse. Stoyan Anastassov, a former University Park tennis coach, stands before being found guilty of 2 felony charges of indecency with a child at Frank Crowley Courts building in Dallas on Thursday. Stoyan Anastassov, a former University Park tennis coach, stands before being found guilty of 2 felony charges of indecency with a child at Frank Crowley Courts building in Dallas on Thursday. Stoyan Anastassov, a former University Park tennis coach, is taken into custody after being found guilty of 2 felony charges of indecency with a child at Frank Crowley Courts building in Dallas on Thursday. One victim testified to inappropriate contact by Anastassov at his apartment similar to the original accuser's story. The other testified that Anastassov began having sexual contact with her when she was 17, and that she and Anastassov had intercourse after her 18th birthday. Anastassov would victimize the girls, prosecutors said, then apologize and stop the behavior before starting the cycle again. He doesn't hold sacred that relationship between a coach and a student, Wade told the jury. There's a clear line of what is appropriate and what's inappropriate. And you saw 3 different examples of how that line was crossed. Gunman hired by fiancé to kill Rowlett woman is sentenced to life in prison. Tom Pappas, Anastassov's defense attorney, said in his closing arguments that the original accuser was lying. He argued that she made her outcry because she was upset Anastassov had stopped being her coach in 2013, well after the incident took place. He said the woman's testimony about the abuse differed from what she told officials in 2015, including what she wore and how Anastassov touched her. I submit there's no way you can get that wrong if it happened to you, Pappas said. Especially if it's so bad it gives you PTSD. The defense also had former players testify that they never witnessed abusive language by Anastassov and had not been victims themselves. Wade, however, called it an antiquated belief to think Anastassov would molest all of his students if he were accused of victimizing a few. I believe they are telling you about their experience, Wade said of the defense witnesses. But that doesn't mean the victims didn't have theirs. Did you miss these stories?